last time, I think last time, this I woke up a little early and might have streamed this game a little bit late. So, yeah. So, this is gonna be, I'm gonna probably do, so, so tomorrow I think will mark a significantly a number for me. A significant number for me. It doesn't always, so, yeah. Um, this
Hello.
number, oh hey. But yeah, this number is represent this time, I think this year of I think back in 2018-ish. I think it was back in, no, 2017, 2016 and 17-ish. I've met my friends, my RL friends. My now for now, William, my friends like William, Seth, and, yeah, William and Seth. This is basically a nice, I'm going to do, for the rest of rest of the August, I will be treating as everything will go down as we be friends. I think I kind of went on a phone rant last night. I don't know for what. Yesterday. Like, I remember waking up like at. I think I even said 1 in the morning. Yeah. It's current, but yeah. Well, son of a bitch. And you kind of figured why I kind of stopped with multiplayer. That's EH. That's not normal. But yeah, welcome to the stream, mate. Oh, hello. Heyo, you. Means hello, 004. How are you this evening, or, but yeah. It's kind of funny on, like, how often this part was, like, oh, why did I say that type of stuff, you know? Like, I'm gonna treat this as my RL friend anniversary, because normally I'm not gonna celebrate that much, but yeah, again, this is I've been friends with with my friends for many years, ever since I graduated. So I kind of wanted to make it an honorary year for us. Because it is August, I think it was August the 2nd. I mean, I think it was. What? I don't know. But yeah, I want to make this live stream known. I want to make it known that this is going to be probably going to be one heck of a party. So, again, like I said, I think I have work Tuesday, Wednesday. That's when I'm gonna get paid. Thursday, I have Thursday. I don't go into work until 12. So like around 12-ish or 11-ish, because I have work. Once again, I'm on a private world, so I don't have to be bothered. So I can actually do some shit. I don't know if I'm still friends with these two. I think if I remember correctly, CH is deaf, and Nate, I think he's a higher level than me still. He has to fall at first for that's for damn sure. It's kind of funny. I guess you can say a while back, I guess I kind of had so yeah. Oh yeah. And it was kind of funny, I remember talking to, a while back, I guess, but yeah, I'm gonna consider, actually, you know what, I'm gonna say this is the year that I met Jordan, and, well, no, not around this year, I think it was around last year sometime, but yeah, hello, But yeah, Crow, one of my friends, like, oh, I still try to him. He's a good friend. Like, I still consider him as a friend. Like, him and, sort of, a lot of people were like, I'm gonna make this out there, I'm gonna put this out here for a lot of reasons, and a lot of reasons that I can't really, I'm gonna probably be, I think during September, I might not be here, guys, because, you know, I'm gonna be probably going to take a little mental break. Yeah, take a little break from YouTube as well, because I'm gonna be focusing on my work. So, hello, welcome to the stream if you're still watching. But yeah, this is a house so far. I've kind of expanded off of that. So, freaking, for whatever reason, Beckett's clothes was taken off. Legit, but yeah, this is how the upper interior of my house is going. I'm planning to, I don't know if I'm gonna replace this roofing. Like, I'm gonna leave it how it is, like this, and just like build around like the edges and stuff, so I can have like, you know, make it like a good round house. Because again, I have enough room. I could always expand, but yeah, you know. Back to business. Mr. Business. I don't know, what I have planned tomorrow. I know I won't be streaming for too long, so, yeah. Also, I think it's kind of funny, me, William, I think this is the year that I kind of also met my ex. Or we started dating, I don't know. We've been friends for a long time. I think it was over a while back, I guess you could say. Start of... I don't remember. I remember it was all my... So, fun fact. It was around, I think, that time that Justin Bieber just got arrested for doing drugs. If you catch my drift on that one. It was around that time. It was like, I think it was 204 or whatever. I really don't remember when it was. I just know it was around the time. So I think it was one of my friend's sis birthday parties. It was like, oh yeah, a while back. But you know, that was probably. And it was like, oh, by the way, it was kind of funny on how it's just seeing people like, oh, you never really knows what you... I think it's kind of funny. I was watching a few... I remember talking to a few people. Talking Jordan. So, yeah. So, I guess this is probably going to be the point where I'm going to be telling my tales of some weird stories, you know? Talking about... I think the worst thing that someone did to me... let's go over Rebecca's story. Now, I'm not gonna say how old this kid was, because this kid was, I think it was around my age, or let's just say he was a little, like, 15. Let's just say he was around the age of 10. I'm gonna say around, because I don't want to look like an asshole, or sound like an asshole. I'm sorry, I feel like I am, but, so, I guess you can say a while back I was chatting with a lot of people, and I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, so, this kid was Dawson, so we were playing and doing nothing. We were just, so I asked to go use the restroom. What a coincidence, the same kid had, for whatever reason, this kid had a grudge, thought he could, I know, some entitlement issues. I'm just gonna say he probably did. I'm not gonna assume because I don't remember if he had something wrong with him. Mentally, I have no idea. Because it was a time, like, I was... a person! This is bugged? Okay, there we go. It was around the time where I'm like... I think he was around the age he was done. Oh, yeah, let's just say that. I'm just gonna say he had some kind of issues. Like, I'm not gonna say he probably... I don't know. I don't want to look like a jerk or sound like it, because, you know, if there's gonna be one person that I'm gonna talk to about this, I've already told, Alex about this. It was like, he was laughing. I had, I had, freaking Alex laughing so hard. It was like, but yeah, so, long story short, I'm gonna cut this story short before someone... Because I guess this story takes on, like... So, skip to the incident. I was gonna... Like I was saying, I was going to the bathroom, and I just... You know... I had to go to the bathroom. So... this story, you might get... Yeah, let's just skip it, because... Again, this is not one of my good years, like, me remembering... Like, I remember, this is basically giving me, like, flashbacks, like, to, like, why? And ew, yeah. I guess I can, I think the worst injury, okay, so I'm gonna be talking about the worst stuff, like, what kind of stuff I got into. Most of you don't know, so a while back, so, let's get this under wraps. So this story takes place under, when I started to go into, this is, I think, the few months before I left to 9th grade. Because I remember this happening in 8th, yeah, it was in 8th grade in PE. So, I had PE at the end of the day. Basically, I would go, and we would go line up, we went in boys. So, I had to go to the restroom. I went in the boys' stall. I went to the left, so, let's just say, so, for whatever God knows reason, for whatever fracking, there was a bolt, I guess, to fix it. Which, is stupid, they should have used some damn, like, I guess some concrete to fill those holes in. Like, there was no point, or some, like, something that is not sharp, because there was I think it was a sharp bolt, basically, so, I'm gonna put my perspective at what I saw, because a few years later, I figured out what happened, what really happened, what caused me to fall. So, I fall. I basically thought, oh yeah, I bumped my head. I looked down. I was bleeding. I guess I don't remember this part. William said that I don't, because I legit feel like during that time, that whole thing was wiped out, like, on my memory. I think it was better, it was good if it was, because it was. Because the next thing I know, I was, so, my head, long story short, I ended up cutting my head open because, you know, I'm an idiot. So, at first I kind of, okay, I'm gonna say this. If you do, so, my recommendation is, do something that you don't, like, don't do stupid stuff. Even if it's, like, so tempting to do. like maybe more things, like more things to you, like go ahead do it, but don't be stupid where it's like don't do this type of stuff like if you have an issue with a lot of stuff, like have a lot of bad reasoning or whatever. So I ended up getting my head open. I don't remember anything else from that point. Like I kind of do. The so warning. What's coming up next? I'm about to have to describe in brutal detail. So I basically went and but thank God the school wasn't too far away from that. From the emergency center. I was basically lucky for saving a lot of, because thankfully I think where I was like at the time of this, during all this, I didn't feel nothing. I think it either I got lucky and do nothing to screw my head open, because normally I'm like, so you think that me couldn't help me hurting myself is what happened, was the only thing that happened that year. People were, be prepared to be shamed of me. Because, uh, this happened for whatever reason. So, normally I'm like, okay, so this is cool. I'm like, I can finally get some, like, stuff done, and, So, if you don't know about me, I'm a little bit clumsy. I tend to, kidney. I think the worst part is I can't, and, like, I remember this. The only reason why I'm laughing now is because I'm starting to remember all why I kind of regret talking about this. Because this story comes from a lot of, like, holy crap, what did I do that day? Because normally I'm like, okay, so this is gonna be cool. Like, I can always, like, sit back and relax and remember this. I'm gonna, it's one of those memories where, so this happened pretty much, I think, a few months after, and a few months after. I don't know what was up, so, I don't know what was up for me, kicking, hitting my head all of a sudden. So, um, this basically happened to me, I think, I think this is was my,
Are you ready for the thrill and excitement of life in a post-apocalyptic hellscape? By popular demand, this month's creative learning classes are on. Wilderness survival. Courses and crafting materials are now available.
so, I'm like, okay, let me just go grab my head, because, yeah. So, at the end, that wasn't the only worst.
Prepare
Oh,
for
wait, no,
change.
that wasn't, yeah,
Prepare
I'm
for
correct.
adventure.
That
Get
wasn't
ready
the
for
only
the
injury I
thrill.
suffered that year. Um, I know people were gonna sit here and go like, look, and what the... So, I don't know, for whatever reason, I don't know why the coach didn't,
Artisan's Corner is the place for
I
creative
didn't know why,
hands-on
like,
learning.
they didn't have,
And the
like, I'm
wilderness
guessing by
survival
the chance
experience is
I
our
was
most
there,
popular
Like, so what I'm about to talk about happened, and I just still, and it still gives me, it sends a shiver down my spine every time I remember it. It never left me. It's like,
Life is an adventure,
it's one of
or
those
it
things
could
where
be
it's
the
like, I
challenge.
don't want to leave, but at the same time, that memory is really gonna, because I remember, a while back, I remember the story, and it's one of those things where it doesn't want to, it's a
Argus
sure thing it ain't
Explorer
gonna
has
leave me.
everything you need to make your next survival project a success.
Because it's like, it's one of the things that, like, I'm gonna say, is a sure thing, is a
Come
few
in,
things.
dear. Come in. This is Orm. I'm afraid we've been picked rather clean. People suddenly see value in gold on silver again. Fancy that.
So, I think it's kind of funny how far this, so, I think the story I'm about to talk about happened, remember this. So, if you don't know, I've kind of had. So, let's get into it. So, this next story takes, I think, there are a few years before that. I'm starting to think if it was a few years before that or just like few years after, because I have no clue on like where. So, I was in middle school. I think this is when, I had the year to myself.
Ahoy there. Welcome
So,
to Camping Kids.
I'm like, okay, so what do you want me to say? Like, what do you want me to do? Because basically, local goods brotherhood seal.
Good day, sir. Interested in a bit of sport?
Um,
Armor and kit for your next expedition.
so I'm basically just sitting there. Authentic, bear screen, sturdy.
Local
Um,
game has been rather more spirited since the war.
chest piece, left. What? Is this just left legs? I'm looking for right leg. Combat.
This modern combat armor hardly seems
Um,
sporting.
I guess you can say this story takes place during the whole. Like, I don't wanna say. I think this has happened. So I'm gonna tell you how I scraped my leg out of hell. So this story takes place during, I think, my time. I think I was running the track. I think it was in my second period because I had this. It was a year that I had PE in second period. Because,
Good
it
day.
was gonna be the year,
Security's
like,
fantasies.
I think it was last year in middle school. And I remember
Free of precaution.
I remember this story, and William probably does too if he was here. He was basically sit there and laugh. He goes, I bet he was just gonna go, mm-hmm. That happened. He legit. Because I think, so that morning, I think, was it in the morning? I don't remember because I remember, so, um, I ended up going to the nurse. I remember, that, so that, like, there was, so, there was so this story took place during the so I'm gonna say this. Please do not take whatever I'm about to say. Eh, this is my recommendation. When you're listening to these stories, learn from them. Don't do nothing stupid. What I'm about to tell you was way more. So I think the story is so. I was running. Of course, we were running a track. I think it was early in the morning. We got out there. We got to run. So I was running, and so for whatever reason, someone, I don't know who it was, pushed me. Then I must have, because I gained some traction, and I scraped I think it was my left or right leg. Oh no, it was not right. No, it was my right leg, definitely.
Make the White Spring
I gotta ask
a
William
core part
which,
of your lifestyle.
because honestly, I think it was actually their, because if you don't know,
We offer exceptional work from local artisans.
but yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, um, it was like, so, I pretty, I ended up trying to cover up, and William like, William, that stupid idiot. Well, I can't really blame him, he was a good friend.
Welcome to
He remembers the story
Suppliers
way well
Generated
because again
Appalachia. Not that that's saying much.
he was like legit just a part of this whole thing. Well, when it came out, what happened? So I don't know who it was that pushed me or whatever. So that's the one detail I thought either it was playfully. If it was William, if it is William, I'm gonna like I'm still gonna be. That's absurd.
This is live chic, casual couture with
But
passion.
yeah, at the end, I ended up getting nurses. So what ended up happening was I am gonna assume this. So I ended up going to either nurse's office because I remember walking around. Like I ended up going to the nurse's office, and I was basically getting patched up. Basically, don't. So now I think it was kind of funny. How this next part happened. William, William. So after I got back from, I guess, nurse's office, after I got back, the next day, I think it was that day after I got to the hospital. Was it hospital? Emergency center. And for whatever reason, I decided. So you think that would be the end of it? So something this I was very lucky because for the next few days I didn't get to do nothing because I PE because pretty productive, blah blah blah. Like usual, I was just sitting there doing nothing. I was just you know hanging out, doing nothing because I was legit just bored and I'm like, okay, so um yeah, I was just legit just standing around doing nothing. Um yeah. Um, I guess I'm gonna talk about more of my friends. So more around situation with William, stuff like that. So me and William, I talked to him recently, and I'm very like I don't know if should be angry at him or I don't know, because like at the same time like yeah. at the end of it, like, um, what I'm about to say. So,
Yes, security.
back in, so I guess back in so, if you don't know, so I was playing around, I got on GTA. I farmed up, doing more because, doing more stuff. So I was just screwing around, and I suddenly gained 4 mil. So I'm like, oh yeah, let's go ahead and get the Oppressor Mark II, and I got it. But yeah, long story short, uh, but yeah, I'm also in the private world. I still, so, I still can't believe, I found the, plan for the, it was a good 1% chance to find, the power, the ultimate thing, like or it produces the power plan, energy plan, energy generator, like, nuclear generator. I found that, I'm like, oh wait, yeah, I still, no, what I'm trying to say is fusion generator. I still can't believe I found that. I found that in like a vendor, I'm like, no freaking way I found that, and no freaking way. Like, that's the one plan that, like, I think everyone's like zero good. Here, I can show you. Freaking have it. Like, the fusion generator is one of the, as far as, like, as most people know, most people don't know that to play this game, there's a 0.1, there's a good slim chance you can't find it. And there you go. Produces 100 power. It took, so I think it was right after one of my new friends recently joined. But yeah, it was like a 0.1, like a good old 102% chance, you know.
Things I miss about game life. Nothing.
But yeah, again, I've been playing Borderlands 3 recently, and I've been doing the new stuff. I was just doing the Krieg's Inside Story. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Apparently this supposedly broke the game. Broke a lot of characters, basically. Because there was a certain glitch.
You've got a great place here.
Yep, Link. We're almost level 100, actually. We're not, level 38. Not too far from level 40. I'm gonna place that there, and, yeah. I gotta remember if there, okay, no, there's not. So, I guess you can say a while back, I don't know if I wanna talk about this. It's most likely I'm gonna end up talking about this later on in the future, probably never. Because, again, there's a good point, like, there's a good chance that I might not even talk about this at all to a lot of people, because I don't know, okay, the one thing that I kind of felt like, I need to talk about some during the whole stream. I was originally not gonna need to talk about a situation that was, I mean, so, I'm gonna probably say something about some stuff and keep to myself for a few days. Because I need time, so, as most of you don't know, recently I kind of been, I don't know, I've had to work, and I gonna have to like, I'm gonna start working, I think, I've already started working, I think, this past, and I don't get paid until, like, Wednesday, so, yeah. So, I'm had fun on GTA because of Alex, because, I gotta say, I was talking to, Alex, I think was it Alex? But yeah, I remember talking to Alex about this, you know, This whole bullcrap situation.
Plastic is
Because I remember him, I remember talking to him like, oh yeah, by the way, um, this situation happened. I've pretty much, talked, 'cause I think there's some lot of stuff, like a lot of private stuff that I'm kind of want to talk about, and there's some stuff from my past that I kind of don't want to, like, even explain to everyone else here, like, as, because, like, there's gonna be people that, like, I will consider adding, like, maybe adding on to some things, you know. Um, how, so, how do I, expand this? Make this into the, but yeah, um, I guess I can always talk about this in like, so, I've recently came across, a recent, you know, I've recently became added onto, I found recently, like, I found a app that I might be streaming on more, um, let's go with good lights. What is gonna be good for good lighting, guys? But yeah, and the whole, like,